Alright, so Bo Nickal kind of spoiled that Ilia Topuria will be facing Volkanovski at UFC 314. We heard that this was most likely the case for a while now, but I got some things to say about this fight, and then we also have Topuria's brother fighting at UFC 312. We're gonna talk about a bit about that, talk about their plan, and potentially seeing them dominate the same way that Islam and Khabib have shown. So if that interests you, stick around, like content, subscribe. Let's get into it. So, fighter claims Ilia Topuria versus Alexandre Volkanovski rematch official for the UFC 314. And surprise, surprise, it's Bo Nickal. The world's leading MMA promotion still hasn't officially confirmed that UFC 314 will take place in Miami, but all signs seem to be pointing in that direction. Following Jorge Masvidal's comments late last year regarding a 2025 Miami event, rumors of a matchup between top welterweights Gilbert Burns and Michael Morales, not Miles Morales, dear God, seemingly confirmed plans for the promotion's return to the Casey Center in April. Fans were treated to a bantamweight title fight between Sean O'Malley, Chino Vera. We don't care. So this is Bo Nickal, Bo Nickal's word on his podcast, Nickels and Dimes. And if you want to go check that out, go check it out. If you don't, then don't. Simple as that. He said, I don't know about Ilya and Volk rematch. I mean, I get it. Volk had to rematch Holloway a bunch of times. A bunch of times. I love Volk. He's great. I don't see a path to victory for him. It's official. I know for a fact a rematch between Topuria and Volkanovski has been rumored, but not announced by the UFC as of yet. And Nickel was happy to double down and assert that two featherweights will meet again at UFC 314. It's official. I know for a fact. I don't know that it was announced for a fact, but I know it's happening for a fact. I'm announcing it. How many times do you need to say for a fact? For a fact. Considering by many to be the greatest featherweight in the history of the UFC, for a fact. Okay, I'll stop. Volkanovski lost his title and suffered his first career loss at 145 when Topuria knocked him out in the uh, second round of their meeting at UFC 298. The undefeated Topuria went on to defend his belt against another all-time great in Max Holloway at UFC 308. We know how that ended. We all were sad. I don't want to read any more of that. Nickel report Nickel's report may expedite the UFC's announcement of both UFC 314 in Miami and Topuria versus Volkanovski 2, if those are in fact part of the promotion's plan for April. The matchup would immediately become one of the biggest fights of the year, as the Great is looking to rebound from back-to-back knockouts against Topuria and UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Yeah, so I want to talk about this fight first, and then I want to talk about Topuria's brother. So we obviously know what happened the first round. I don't want to go over it. You know what happened. But that was a couple factors there. Volkanovski was coming off of a knockout loss at lightweight to Israel Makhachev, and he came back very quick for that fight. I think when was Physics was at 298. I can just look up uh his record here. So I had the exact numbers. Do, do, do. Yeah, take your time, man. Take your time. So the knockout loss to Islam was at UFC 294 in October, and then he got knocked out in February by Topuria. So October, November, December, January. So we only 3 months after that knockout loss. And you have to factor that in because we obviously know we've seen it with countless fighters where they get knocked out, they come back to our weight, and they get knocked out again. Now, would it have been a different fight had it been booked for like International Fight Week, summertime, around there, or later in in I guess that would have been last year. Oh my god! But I feel like we would have saw a much different fight. We would have saw a more competitive Volkanovski. I still think Topuria would have knocked him out though, considering he just knocked out Max Holloway. Sadly, they're breaking all of our hearts. Well, like for the UFC, right? Their position, and I don't like that they do this where they hold on to their old stars way too much, and they fear putting in that new star into that title fight. Because, like, you know, to me, a rematch is warranted if you were a dominant champion of more than three title defenses, like Volkanovski did. If it was a close fight, obviously. If it was a knockout, no. This was the thing. I agree with them giving Volkanovski the title shot, but I don't think that should come before Diego Lopez, and we know that the UFC booked Yair Rodriguez against Diego Lopez in Mexico City, and I don't get why they keep on giving Yair Rodriguez #1 title fights. He has lost every single one of them, and I guarantee you that one, if slash once he loses to Diego Lopez, he'll be right back in another because they really want a Mexican champion. Diego Lopez is from Brazil. I know he speaks Spanish, but I'm pretty sure most Brazilians do. If not, I don't know. Well, like, these rematches shouldn't come at the cost of slowing down divisions. And this is a problem in every single weight class. Not flyweight, not bantamweight, not light heavyweight. We are not seeing champions active, which then leads to contenders only fighting once or twice a year. Like, I would say it's, 1 to 3 on average. Well, like, just a few years ago, and I was never a big Izzy fan. I was, you know, later on in Usman's title run, I gained respect for him. But at the time, I wasn't a big fan of them. And I was a bit bitter that Volkanovski beat Holloway when I grew to become a fan of Volkanovski, the same way I'm growing to be a fan of Topuria, right? Like, these rematches shouldn't come at the cost of holding up an entire division. Like, it's like at least Topuria fought. At least he was active and the belt was getting defended. When you're basically gatekeeping the title between the two guys that have held it since 2017, something like that. Whenever Max won it, right? No, it would have been sooner than that. Maybe, I don't know. Well, like, we've seen Max Holloway and Volkanovski at the top of that division for years now. Now they're falling off. Max Holloway's moving up to lightweight. I don't get why the UFC is so against giving contenders title shots. We want to see new faces, you know. The problem with this year's Super Bowl, we saw it 2 years ago. Bills fans, I feel for you. I feel for you, by the way. That game was unbelievable. But I'm not shocked. So, yeah, wow, I can't stay on topic. Um, oh yeah, Volk versus Topuria. Okay, so in the featherweight division, it's not like you're short of contenders, right? It's not like there's nobody that you can throw into the main event and have a successful pay per view. Um, let's see, what's that rankings? So at featherweight, you got Volk number one as in Frontier. Max number two, he's out of the division. Diego Lopez from Offstar Evloev. Yair Rodriguez is fighting Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega, Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, Aljamain Sterling, Calvin Cater, LaRon Murphy, Giga Chikadze, Bryce Mitchell. I don't see him ever sniffing the title. I am a fan of him. Just being honest. Danny Gay, Edson Barboza. It's not like none of those names would sell a pay per view. Like, Topuria versus Diego Lopez makes sense because Diego Lopez is a younger guy. He's an up and comer. He's around Topuria's age. He's shown us incredible things in the cage. We want to see him get a shot, right? But like, Volkanovski is 36, I think. Yeah, 36. In these lighter weight classes, 35 is the cutoff. 35 is the cutoff because that's when you slow down. That's when the wear and tear happens. Yeah, it's a good win for Volkanovski if he goes out there, starts his walk again, has that win on his record. But I would much rather see Diego Lopez, and I think that Ilia Topuria does it faster in the rematch. Like, the only people I can come off of over a year long layoff is GSP and John Jones. Yeah, again, Volkanovski is one of the greatest of all time. He is not on GSP's level. He is not on John Jones's level. Make all the jokes or comments you want. He can't come back at an older age in that weight class and have success. Uh, Like I give him little to no chance of winning this fight, and I hope I'm wrong. But that's all I'm gonna say for uh this announcement. I'm gonna make my predictions closer to the fight as usual. But now I want to move over to Ilia Topuria's brother. We're gonna read this quick, and then I'm gonna quickly say what I think about it. Topuria and his brother, and the dynamic they could potentially build. So, Ilia Topuria's brother, Alexandre, to face Alexander Volkanovski's teammate at UFC 312. Very fitting, right? UFC did it on purpose. Alexandre Topuria, the brother of undefeated UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria, has a new opponent for his UFC debut on February 8th. One of the biggest stars on the roster at the moment, Ilia put himself in the fighter of the year conversation in 2024 by knocking out longtime champion Alexander Volkanovski to claim the featherweight belt in February before he defended it against another divisional legend in Max Holloway at featherweight. I don't want to be reminded. It's clearly unclear. It's certainly unclear. Wow. Who El Matador will fight to kick off his 2025 schedule. But for the moment, the 28-year-old is focused on helping his brother, Alexandre, prepare for his Octagon debut. Whoa. At UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia. The elder Topuria was scheduled to make his promotional debut against Daylight Contender Series veteran Cody Haddon, but just a couple weeks out from the event. Alvaro, whatever that is, that Hex Fight Series bantamweight champion Colby Thicknesse, I hate fighters' names, man. Is stepping in for between debut, a matchup between debuting prospects. A training partner, former featherweight king Volkanovski, Thicknesse. I'm not gonna say that name anymore. Perfect 7-0 in his professional career record. Almost closed out an 8-1 an impressive 8-1 amateur career by winning the 2020 IMMAF featherweight tournament. Squickneys claimed that the Hex Fight Series bantamweight belt, uh, claimed the bantamweight belt via first round finish in his last outing in November, and now the 25-year-old will try and make a huge statement in a short notice UFC debut where he could command plenty of support from the Australia crowd. An opponent switch on a couple weeks' notice certainly isn't ideal for Topuria, especially given that he hasn't fought since May 2023. The 29-year-old is currently on a three-fight run of first-round finishes, heading into his Octagon debut, and his brother's massive success in the UFC means the eyes of the combat sports world will be on him when he meets Thickness at UFC 312 on February 8th. So you got Ilia's brother fighting at UFC 312. Then you have Topuria fighting at 314. Now, we'll have to see how his brother pans out. But Topuria has the potential to go down as an all-time great. If he isn't already considered an all-time great for knocking out Holloway and Volk back to back, he definitely will be up there. Especially with another win over Volk. He add Lopez onto it, make him get the three title defenses, and then move up and fight Makachev. I think that would be ideal. No hiccups. We're good. But like, we're seeing this dynamic now where, excuse me, where like brothers come in the, and in terms of Israel Makachev and Khabib, they're basically brothers. They've been together since birth, and they had a chain of success where Khabib retired, Islam got the belt when it was his time, and he's held on to that belt ever since. Recently beating Renato Moicano. I haven't seen Ilia's brother fight yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we can see the same thing or the same thing where, Ilia does his thing at featherweight. Hopefully he fights Diego Lopez, and then he moves up to lightweight, faces Markachev, if Markachev is still there. And then you have his brother come up, win the featherweight. Is he in what weight class is he? I'm going to make sure. I know I'm not prepared at all for this, but my brain just works in mysterious ways. Uh, Topuria. He is bantamweight. Okay. Oh, that works too. So, let's say if Alexandre wins the bantamweight belt, which I can't see happening anytime soon after what Marab did to Umar. Say he wins that belt. Topuria defends the featherweight belt a few times, moves up to the lightweight division. Then Alexander comes into the featherweight division, replicates what Topuria did or has done slash will do in the division. I think he already talked about this, but like it will be monumental, man. And I think that might be the game plan for a lot of these fighters coming up. Is you know, because like whether you're blood or not, when you're training together day after day, you 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 become family, right? And everything that goes along with it. But like it would be incredible if, let's say, Topuria defends the belt, moves out the lightweight, knocks out Islam Makhachev, which has been done before, wins that lightweight belt, defends it a few times, leaves by the age of 32, and that would arguably put him in the GOAT conversation if he's not there already. But I don't think he needs a second win over a Volkanovski that has been knocked out in his last two fights and is coming off of a year-long layoff. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this fight? Are you excited? Are you upset that it wasn't Diego Lopez? And who do you see winning this fight? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Later.